Record Store Day 2024. Hi, welcome to Garage Geek. So I got up this morning and I went to stand in line for Record Store Day. I went about 20 minutes before they opened. And when I got there, there was a pretty long line. I never know. Sometimes I go and I'm like second or third, and sometimes it's down the block. Now, what did I want? I wanted Chris Isaak for myself. I wanted Dead or Alive for my husband. There was a remixes of that, and he loves remixes. And then last night I was looking at my record store on Instagram. They put out videos of what they have, and there was a Gandalf album, and I thought, oh, that one would be really nice because I really like the art, and I think that's out of print. I'm not a huge Gandalf fan, so I decided, well, if I see it and it's a good price, then I'll pick it up just to, see what it's about. So I go into the store, I wait, I get into the store. I got in, they opened at 8 in the morning, and I got in by like 8:10. I mean, I didn't have to wait long at all. And I'm going around, and I found Chris Isaak right off the bat. Now, this one was $36.99, and this is a gatefold. So I'm going to go ahead and open it now. Let's see what this gatefold looks like. Oh, and it says Ruby. I didn't even notice that. I didn't look. I just grabbed it. Complete with bonus tracks. I'm going to save the hype sticker. So here we have the album, and it's a gatefold. Not too impressive to have gatefold, mostly text, although we got some nice pictures of Chris looking like, Elvis. And then we have pretty basic card sleeves, but then let's look at the album. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, and it's got that Sun Records label. Whoa, that's cool. Let's go ahead and look at this. Oh, the second one is nicer. Look at that. Oh, no, it's not. There's still a lot of text, but it has this insert, which I'm going to have to look over. And let's look at that. Oh, he's got a thank you. He wrote it for me especially. So thank you, Chris. Yeah, look at that. Look at how gorgeous that is. So I'm a completionist with Chris Isaak. I pick up everything that he has. I don't have everything that he has. So I need to work on that in the future. So I'm going to go ahead and put that to the side. I'm going to tell a little story about, they didn't have the Dead or Alive. I didn't think they would, because in the videos that he posted on Instagram, it wasn't one of them. Then I was looking for Gandalf. And so I was done looking through all the boxes. The shop had kind of cleared out, which I think is sad. A lot of people just go into Record Store Day, they buy only what they're looking for, and then they leave without looking at much else. I mean, I get it, but I always try to buy something else. And I did. I bought a lot of things that were non-Record Store Day related. I'm going through all the bins, and I stayed at least a good hour, just going through bins, whatnot. And I'm going to show you what I picked up. The owner, he came up to me and said, nice shirt. So, by the way, this is a Gimme Gimme Records. So this was the shirt that they were giving out on Record Store Day in the past. And in fact, they gave out a freebie. I'm going to open it in a little bit and show you what it is. So he said, nice shirt. And he's like, oh, did you get everything you were looking for? And I was like, oh, I was looking for Gandalf, but I didn't see it. Do you happen to know about it? He's like, oh, yeah, I think it's sold out. I was like, it's not a big deal. It happens. And I'm not disappointed. I should have gotten up earlier and been, earlier in line. But then the guy next to me, he had one record, and he put it down right in front of me as he was going through it. And I thought he was kind of messing with me. He put it down, and it was the Gandalf album. I thought to myself, well, good for you. I mean, you got it. And I think it was showing off. And you know what? Fine, whatever, show off that. That was pretty funny. And so I wasn't done looking. I'm going through everything. But I noticed that guy had that one record, and for about 30 minutes, all he did was text or write on his phone. And I got the feeling that he was there to pick up that record for somebody else, and he was texting to see if the other person got it. And I thought, well, I'm here. If he puts it back, then score, I get it, right? So by the end of the time I was there, like I said, I stayed about an hour. I guess the person still hadn't written to him. He hadn't picked up anything. It was obvious all he was doing was walking to different parts of the store and texting and waiting for a text. And I thought, oh my God, I'm going to miss out on this album because, he is, as soon as I leave, he's going to put it right back in the bin. And I mean, that's a sale that the shop loses, right? But I'm sure someone else will pick it up if it's a popular album. But then again, they might not, and they're going to lose that sale. And he heard me say that I wanted it. It was just a shame, because that's the kind of thing I don't like. He wasn't there to buy it himself. He was getting it for someone else. That other person was probably in another store in a line just waiting, and he had to like sit around waiting, and he was in the store, and he was obviously not buying anything else, and he was in the shop the whole time I was there. So about an hour, because he got in there before me, and he was just standing there with that album. So maybe if I go back, it'll be there. I bought a whole bunch of stuff that I shouldn't have. So the Chris Isaak was almost 40, and I ended up spending 180. They had a lot of really nice albums, and I was like, splurge. So I'm going to show, like, I bought some crazy things. This is what my husband hates. The problem is they had a lot of imports from Japan. So there was this album. I have no idea what it was. I know it's from 80, maybe, but look at that cool cover. And this one is by all songs written by Yumi Matsutoya. Okay, so I actually do know. She's a singer, and I do know her. So this is, I think, now that I'm thinking about it, this is a kind of famous album. So this one was $20. But look at that cover. It's so cute. The next one I bought for my husband. So this one was $20. It's a Wonder Woman soundtrack. And I bought it for him because look how cool it is. And actually, the music on this is really nice. The soundtrack to it. And it's got this great, and he collects Wonder Woman, and we actually have the Superman Batman one. I forget which one it was, but that one has it's a trifold, and it's really cool. There you go. You got that. I think I paid a little too much for it, but it was for my husband, and since they didn't have the Dead or Alive, I was determined to get him something. Now, I found this. They actually had 3 different ones. There was the Battleship Yamato. And I watched this show as a kid, and I absolutely loved it. I really want to take off that obi, although it's pretty cool. And I was going to buy all 3. The other 2 were 15 each. This one was 18. But I decided, no, that's too much to spend. If they have them in the future, maybe I'll pick them up, one at a time. But man, I loved this show as a kid. And I believe this one was called Arrivederci Yamato. But this right here, it says original soundtrack. So I'm hoping that this covers the show. I really did like the music to that show, and I loved it as a kid. Last time I found a Tomita, I listened to it this week, and it was so good. And I found another one, and it was $15. So again, it's got this obi strip on it, which the art is cool, but the obi strip, like, here, it's gonna come off. Sorry, I'm gonna try to get this off in a timely manner. Here we go. Fun. So this one is Pictures at an Exhibition, Virtuoso Electronic Performance. I'm really enjoying the albums by Tomita that I have. They're quirky, they're fun, they're electronic remastering or renditions of classical music. And like I said, I'm really enjoying the ones that I pick up. So $15, most likely because, it was a Japanese import. Well, here's another one. I have no idea what this is. It might be Oasis. This one also is a $15 one, but it's a Japanese import. Again, it's got an obi. And I just was digging the art on it, and I thought to myself, it's going to be interesting at least. So, yeah, I picked that one up. Here's another one. This one was also $15, but did not have an obi strip. So this one says on it, From the Full Moon Story. Look at that cool art. Yeah, I can't wait to spin these and see what they're all about. Yeah, this art is just so cool. So happy to put that into my collection. I bought a $12 Charles Mingus Tonight at Noon. I have a few of his albums, and I really like them and like the artwork on that. It's not as bright as it could be. Like, the colors are kind of muted, and it's actually a photograph with paint scratched over it. But, yeah. One song is Passions of a Woman Loved. I'm sure that's going to be interesting, unless it's improv. It doesn't look like it's improv, but here's another Japanese one, Inner Light of Life. This one was $10. I decided, let me give it a try. This one I might have paid too much for. What do you think? This was the original motion picture soundtrack to Thunderball, but man, I love the art on that. That screams pulp. Look at that. So that one was $10. But I couldn't pass it up for that art. I'm wondering if they have a collection of those with that art style. If they do, man, I gotta get those. This one was a $7. Patty Page, The Waltz Queen. Look at that gorgeous cover. I thought there was something wrong here, but it's just I think it's her sleeve. I think she's got her sleeves in front of her, you know, kind of like this. But how pretty is that? She's the Waltz Queen. Here you go, the Baker Gurvitz Army. This is the second one I bought. The first one I didn't think was that good, but this was cheap. It was $6 and it's in very good condition. And so I decided, yeah, for that price, I'm gonna grab it and give them another try, especially because of that. Like, look at that cool art. So that was my record store day haul. Yeah, I spent a lot, $186.14. But I got a freebie. So let's go ahead and open this. They were giving it away to everybody who purchased something. It was interesting because a lot of people said no. They're like, nah, no thanks. I'm like, a freebie. So let's see what it is. I'm unboxing. Tim Herringer Designs. So it's a figurine that they were giving out free. I thought that was really, really cool. So after I take it out, it's in this, and you can see it's Jerry Garcia doll. How cool was that they were giving that away free? Like, I like this because I should show you, it's on my turntable. It's a Gimme Gimme Records, like turntable cover, like the little cork thing that you put on your turntable. And then this year, the t-shirt. One year we got, it was around Christmas, I guess, we got 2 singles, 1 each, which I've shown in a video before, like 7-inch singles of Christmas that they were putting out. So I did not expect that, but I was happy to get it. And in fact, I even went up to him in the middle. I'm like, do you have a lot of more dolls? Do you have a lot of more? No, I didn't say it like that. Do you have many more dolls left? Because if you don't have that many, I'll go ahead and check out now. But I actually want to keep looking around the shop. He's like, oh, there are plenty, don't worry. And so I was like, I just went back to shopping. And then that's when that happened with Gandalf. So don't get me started on that again. So that's my record store day haul and my stories of what happened, how I spent too much money. I'm actually supposed to be reining it in this month, but I'm kind of like, ooh, record store day. Well, anyways, what did you think of my record store day haul? Did I spend too much? Did you enjoy? Like, there was a Latin jazz that had a woman kind of walking along, and that one's cool. I actually picked that one up. That was $27. But after I was getting all the other things in my list, I decided to put that one back. So that is my record store day haul. That's my experience. If you went out and got something and you didn't make a video, would you go ahead and put your comments? If you did make a video, let me know, and I'll go watch your video as well. And again, I want to remind you all to remember to be more intelligent, and thank you all for your support.